Welcome back to Baby Takes. Huge episode today. We're going to talk about recent Baby Takes Fantasy Football League Championship. And we're going to talk about Casey Thompson and Chubba Purdy, Brock's little brother, possibly transferring to Nebraska. Very excited. Very good. But let's start with fantasy. So this last week in fantasy.
You want to pull up the bracket?
Yeah, go ahead, pull up the bracket. So this last week in fantasy, we had the championship, and it was very, very interesting. It came down to the wire, but once he gets it pulled up, you'll see who the winner was. There was actually a lot of factors that played into account, but ultimately it actually didn't matter because my last player, spoiler alert, I won it. My last player scored enough points for me to win anyway. But I'll take you through the whole last part because it was stressful.
Can you see the bracket?
Yeah, go over here. Nope. Click right here. Yep. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you can't see it. No, that's just game scores. Yeah. League.
Yeah, no. Okay, so it's completely redone it.
Yeah,
Bracket's
it's okay.
gone.
It's reset. Yeah, whatever. So basically, the Chiefs' defense at one point had 16. So I needed Amari Cooper to score 20. And then Mason Rudolph drives down the field, ends up getting enough yards to take down 2 points. So they ended with like 14. It was insane. So then Amari Cooper only needed like 16. Amari Cooper goes out, scores 20. I win the championship, and this is what I win. Zachary, will you do the honors?
I'd like to take this opportunity to award our Baby Takes Hot Streak. Thank you for Hot Streak for this trophy. Truly a blessing. Congratulations. It's been a heck of a year. And here you go. Caleb Jennerette, the 2021 annual, I guess not annual. I guess annual.
First annual.
Baby Takes Hot Streak Fantasy Football winner.
Yes.
And here's our draft order. I guess this is not our draft order.
No.
Here's our draft order.
Yeah. Draft order, that's not right. It's backwards.
Not.
It's not right. That's not the draft
Anyways,
order.
could get pretty crazy this offseason with some trades. And,
Yeah, but we're going to talk about that at a different time. There's the draft order. So, yeah. We got all of these. But all of these people don't have their picks. So, we'll talk about that probably next video. We'll probably talk about that next video. But thanks to the trophy. Thank you, Jonathan Taylor, mainly for this trophy. But, no, what we actually have on slate today, will you bring it up, or did you close out of it?
I'm going to close out of it. It's on slides.
It's okay. It looks like you closed out of it. It's okay. So last week, we talked about potential Nebraska quarterbacks. Keaton Slovis was on that list. He committed to Pitt. I don't think anybody else from that list has committed. Jack Miller? Is that his name? From Ohio State. You really liked him. He committed to Florida.
Which I think is a great landing spot.
Right. But
especially
now,
since the other receivers.
There's been a lot of talk about Texas veteran Casey Thompson and Florida State young gun Chubba Purdy. Now we both have our own opinions about this, which we'll get into. But here's what I think will happen. There's a chance that obviously either one of them commits, but there's also a chance that both of them commit. If Casey Thompson commits, I believe he is the day one starter. Led the Big 12 in touchdowns. Veteran. Scott Frost needs to save his job. He can't rely on a young guy. I think if Chubba Purdy commits, that's a competition. Yes. Obviously, they're going to say Casey Thompson is a competition, but
he wins.
I think he wins a starting spot. And then Chubba Purdy, being as young and unexperienced as he is, would definitely compete with Harburg, Torres, our new quarterback, Smothers.
Here's my thing.
Anybody else we get.
If they both commit, I think Heinrich Harburg leaves Nebraska.
That's interesting.
Because
I think Chubba has 3 years of eligibility left. Maybe
Not
4.
only do you now have your
guy.
day one starter, you now have Chubba Purdy. You now have his replacement and his replacement's backup.
Yeah. Right. Before we get into it any further, I know this last video, 99% of everybody watching this video is not subscribed. So if you like this content, we're both huge Nebraska fans. We'll always be talking about Nebraska. We also talk about NFL, fantasy, other college football news. Right now, actually, the Cotton Bowl is happening between Cincinnati and Alabama. You'll definitely see this after that's already done. But, yeah, if you want to see more of that content, subscribe. And then also leave a comment on who you would prefer if you're a Nebraska fan. Would you prefer Casey Thompson, Chubba Purdy, or both? And explain why. And we'll be responding to as many as we can. But yeah, right back into it. So I really like Casey Thompson.
You want to pull up his stats?
Yeah, go ahead, pull up his stats. Many people don't like him because of what they saw this year, later down the year. But he was also playing with a hurt thumb on his throwing hand. So that definitely restricts him a lot. But even with that, he still led the Big 12 in passing touchdowns. So I think it's pretty good. Obviously, you saw Nebraska is crystal balled where he's going to go. You can never really rely on the crystal ball, but it's whatever. Let's see if we can pull up. There it is, ESPN. Yeah, so I really like him. I think he's athletic, but he can also throw it. He can throw it better than Adrian. I think that's pretty obvious. He can throw it better than Adrian. But he's not as athletic as Adrian.
But I don't think we need that, especially with
We
Whipple.
have Whipple, who just came from Pitt, who had a very pass-heavy offense. And yeah, let's look at these stats. So, scroll up.
Passing,
yeah. So this year he threw for 63% completion, 2,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 9 picks. That's pretty good. I mean, you compare that to Adrian's stats. I think he only threw 11 passing touchdowns this year and just as many picks. I think it was 9 picks as well.
Yes.
Obviously, you're going to get the rushing factor, like I said, but I think Casey Thompson
we still got,
great fit.
55 attempts at 157 yards.
Right.
I mean, he's still running. I don't know if this counts sacks or what, but...
yeah, but he ran for 4 touchdowns as well, as you can see there.
Yeah, so I mean, there's
he's athletic enough. Obviously, people are going to point to the KU game that's playing right here. But I think that was the first game where he had an injured thumb and he couldn't really throw the ball. As you can see, he's a junior. I don't know how many years of eligibility he has left because that doesn't really translate. But now let's go to Chubba Purdy. So Chubba Purdy is very interesting. There's been a lot of uproar about the Chubba Purdy Nebraska situation because people believe that Whipple, who had an in-house visit with him, was recruiting him to Nebraska in that at-home visit.
Because he posted just received an offer from Pitt, but I feel like that's very easy to say without it being real.
Right.
I don't think he got an offer from Pitt. I think he got an offer from Whipple.
Yeah.
But Whipple couldn't offer him through Nebraska quite yet.
Because he hadn't even resigned.
No, not yet.
In Whipple's in-home visit, he was still the offensive coordinator at Pitt. And I think a week later, Chubba actually visited Pitt's campus, and Whipple had already resigned at that point. So it's very interesting how it all went down. But yeah, obviously limited time. Came in, I think this is one game this year. Came in through 5 for 5, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, whatever. I think they were playing UMass, so you really can't. I mean, it doesn't matter. 2020, he played a little bit more. Completed about 50% of his passes, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. But the difference is, as you can see, he's only a freshman. He's definitely got the youth on his side. And go down to his rushing stats, because he's also qualified, or not qualified. He's also a dual threat. Is what he was. Yeah, see here, 19 attempts, 57 yards. Definitely runs the ball more. And he's a little more athletic than Casey Thompson. So, I don't know. I would like them both. That's a dream scenario. You get Casey Thompson for this year. Save
But I
Scott
don't
Frost
think we
job.
can. I mean, obviously we have him crystal balled.
Right.
Let's go back to that.
No, I'm not saying like Casey Thompson might not even come to Nebraska. There's a very real chance.
Yeah.
Chubba Purdy might not even come to Nebraska.
I mean, we got.
I'm hearing a lot that Nebraska's quarterback for next year hasn't even decided to transfer yet. Like, there's a lot of teams that are still trying to figure out what
after
they're
these
gonna
after
do.
these bowl games.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna know a lot after these bowl games, and you can't even visit until January 14th because there's a dead period. So, yeah, that's that. But in terms of preference, I still have Cameron Ward number 1.
Yeah.
Cameron Ward's still my guy. I think he can come in and start right away, and he's young. He's got a lot of eligibility left. And then I think Casey Thompson's my number 2. This is saying right now, who would I want? Who do I think gives us the best chance to win? It goes Cameron Ward, Casey Thompson. I think Chubba Purdy and Smothers are tied.
Mm-hmm.
I think Purdy has probably more. What's the word? Potential.
But we need something right now.
We need someone right now. I think Ward and Thompson are probably on the top of the list for that.
I would say for me, in terms of we need someone right now to win games this year. Number 1 is Casey Thompson, just because he's got the. That's why I put Keaton Slovis up there so high,
yeah.
just because he's proved himself, right? And then I'd probably say Cameron Ward, and then I wish I could look back at that thing, but
there was Harrison Bailey was on there, Emory Jones, who's Zach obviously doesn't want Emory Jones. We learned that last episode.
But I think that Casey Thompson is just the best option right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Because, I mean, we saw if he can compete at the Big 12 level in offense, which is a very high level of offense.
High level of offense, yeah.
May not be the highest level of defense you're playing against, but you still have to play at a high level of offense. So I think that's probably our best option.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then I'd say Cameron Ward number 2 just because of the
success.
The uncertainty.
Right, yeah, you don't know. But the success of Cameron Ward is definitely intriguing.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it's at the FCS level, still, like Carson Wentz was an FCS quarterback. And he's in the NFL now. I mean, Trey Lance was an FCS quarterback. He went number 3 in the draft.
And he's about to start,
Right, so. I think there's definitely potential for Cameron Ward. But yeah, I think Casey Thompson, great option. Chubba Purdy might get me more excited for the future, but we're not worried about the future because, as you guys know, if you're Nebraska fans or just college football fans in general, Scott Frost
needs the now.
Needs now. Pretty much it's a win now or you're done. That's why he brought in Mark Whipple, Mickey Joseph. Yeah, he needs to win now for sure. And I think Casey Thompson provides a good chance to do that. Chubba Purdy, probably more to the future, but I think if you're confident that Casey Thompson can win now for you, then I think you can build with Chubba Purdy in the future.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, don't forget we still have 2 great quarterbacks below him in Logan Smothers and Harvard. Yeah. And then that other guy,
Richard Torres.
Yeah, obviously below there too. That is still very good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, obviously nothing's set in stone right now. A lot of talk. Casey Thompson has not received an offer. As far as we know, he definitely could have, just not posting it. Chubba Purdy has confirmed that he has received an offer. So, that's my thought on it. So, final rankings. I'll do my top 5. If we were going into next year with this starting quarterback, here's my top 5. Number 1, I still think Cameron Ward would get me the most excited and hopeful.
Yeah.
Number 2, Casey Thompson. Number 3, Chubba Purdy. Number 4, Logan Smothers. Number 5, Heinrich Harburg. This is just guys that are in the portal right now. At the time we are recording this, Caleb Williams has not said whether he's staying at Oklahoma.
I think he will.
And even if he does, I don't think he's coming to Nebraska. But
I watched him play against Oregon, and not only that, it was probably about late second quarter, early third quarter. I just saw I told people I was watching with, I was like, Oklahoma's gonna win this game, and it's close right now. It's not gonna be here soon because Caleb Williams and the rest of the team are just having so much fun.
Yeah,
with Bob Stoops, Bob Stoops just having so much fun. Yeah, playing this team, and no, I think Caleb Williams will absolutely stay there. He has no pressure on his job.
Right.
He's won over the fans. Yeah. He's done
only
everything.
A freshman.
He's only a freshman. I think he will stay.
He has a very good opportunity to stay
and be one of the greats.
Right. The only reason him leaving would be like NIL.
Yeah.
There's a chance he goes to USC with Lincoln Riley. And he definitely has more NIL opportunity there. But
he does.
Yeah, if he wants, he has no reason to leave. Really.
I think he enjoys Oklahoma. I think he likes the guys at Oklahoma, and I mean, he's going to make the money regardless.
Right. He's going to get NIL deals. He's one of the,
he's going to go to the NFL.
Right.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen for sure. So yeah, Casey Thompson, Chubba Purdy are on the rumor mill right now. We'll update you farther if anything else comes out, but as of now, it's just rumors. Just the one offer confirmed.
Am I allowed to pull up the Brock video? Or is that copyrighted?
That's copyrighted, for sure.
Even if it's on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay. Never mind then.
But you can talk about it.
Yeah. So, anyone that watched the Iowa State game, it was heartbreaking being in the state of Iowa at the time. Was around a lot of Iowa State fans, and they were about to win. Well, not win, I guess, but I think
they had a chance to win.
They had absolutely had a chance to beat Clemson, who even Clemson this year is a good team. And Iowa State has had some rough games. Brock Purdy at the end did the perfect thing. He ran a pass play, didn't try to force anything, just needed 2 yards.
Yep.
Just went out there, got the first, and fumbled the ball. And he recovered the ball behind the first down line. And I just know that's it's got to be terrible because he played his heart out that game. He played a great game, unreal. But obviously he ended his career right there.
Yeah, that was the last play of his career.
Yeah, and I don't see him. I mean,
he's going to go to the NFL,
but I don't see him being a stud in the NFL.
Yeah, probably not.
That'll be his remembered. I think
he'll be remembered for that.
He'll be remembered for that, which sucks. But I just want to say, I wouldn't remember him for that. I would remember him because he really did take an Iowa State team that was
horrible,
nothing.
Right. Him and Matt Campbell.
Him and Matt Campbell took Iowa State from nothing to beginning of the year. We're supposed to make this playoff that's going on right now.
Yeah. And
we're supposed to be something legit, win the Big 12, beat teams that no one thought could be beat. This team was supposed to be good, and I just hope Brock Purdy does something amazing because that would be
that would leave a sour taste in your mouth.
That was
the last thing that ever happened.
That was hard to watch, but obviously we've seen that with Martinez.
Made
doing this pretty much the same
mistakes.
thing.
Yeah,
except he didn't recover the fumble because why would you do that?
Right.
Gone already.
Yeah, and lastly, wanted to show my respect to John Madden. Yeah, go ahead and pull up a picture. To John Madden and his family. If it weren't for John Madden, I probably wouldn't have all the football knowledge I have now. I played Madden so much growing up, still play it to this day. Obviously, that's not the only thing he should be remembered for. He's a great coach, great player, amazing broadcaster, probably the best color commentator of all time. Just zoom in on that. Yeah, these Maddens changed my life for sure. Mainly this one. This one was great. Madden 10.
Yeah, and I would say without Madden, there's no NCAA football games.
No.
So yeah, and obviously there's people that still play that NCAA football game.
Yeah. Me included.
Yeah, and everyone every year is like, oh, this new Madden is just going to be the same as the rest. And yet again,
everyone buys it.
They buy it again. So you can say all you want, but these games were there's something else. Just he changed the game of commentating. He one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not in the NFL.
Yeah, he was crazy to see him go. He was definitely an icon for sure.
Yeah, I would say top of the top of football names.
Right,
I would say the number one football name.
You think football, you're gonna think John Madden.
Yeah, it's crazy to see him go.
It's shocking.
Definitely respects to the family and the players that he coached, even and then even just the guys that he commentated with. I know I don't remember his name, but the guy he always commentated with has also passed away. So saw something that said hopefully they're commentating a game somewhere, doing something.
Yeah. So with that is going to do it for today's episode of Baby Takes. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell. Stay up to date on everything we do. Remember, comment down below if you're a Nebraska fan or just a college football fan. If you think Casey Thompson or Chubba Purdy or both is the best option and why. But other than that, I think we are good. Let's see.
Let's check on the college football playoff.
Yeah,
we'll try. You guys copyright.
You guys are gonna
infringement here.
You guys are gonna see this after the game's already over, but I guess we're just doing this for our own sake. 17-6, halfway through the third. Okay, well, that's all we got. We will see you guys next week.
Really want this game to go their way. I think they're still in it.
You never know.
Never know here. Looks like Bryce Young is playing his mind.
Yeah, so is Brian Robinson. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below. Subscribe, like, share it with your friends. Go follow the Twitter. You just look up Baby Takes. It should pop up. Instagram. Everything to stay up to date with everything we do. And we will see you guys next week.